Good day everyone, my name is Steve Shardlow and I've chosen the classroom assessment technique known as word journaling. So the first question that is asked is, what is a word journal? Essentially it is a two-word response that helps assess and promote skills written in a paragraph that summarizes creativity and reading of the student. It also enables a student to effectively store large amounts of information into their long-term memory. The question then gets asked when to use a word journal. It's best to use for careful and thoughtful reading expectations. So we must make sure that the concept of understanding and not memorizing. If a course focuses on primary text and not textbooks, then word journal can be used. It's important to remember that we do not want to encourage the use of a word journal if we're using a textbook. So texts such as literature, anthropology, sociology, criminal justice, history, management, and law would all apply to using a word journal. The best to assess reading in short texts would be essays, poems, short stories, short articles, and cases. Now, with everything, there are limitations to a word journal. With all the great advantages, we knew that there would be some drawbacks with a word journal. So it does take a lot of time and energy for the student to prepare in order to properly draw meaning from the text they've read. Without proper comparing and discussion of responses, there's really little benefit in this type of assessment. The fact of anonymity can be difficult to ensure responses in relation to the discussion. But let's not look on the dark side all the time. There's always positives that come out of this CAT. The biggest point that it promotes active learning by allowing the students to construct meaning from their deeper reading and ensuring that personal connections can be made. Much like journaling in other forms of classroom, you'll see very similarities in these points. It also allows the students to take responsibility for their ideas by advocating the use of the single word that they have chosen to take place. It also allows students to think critically. Another great point are that skills can be used in the academic and professional life from the word journal by remembering, summarizing, communication, and of information. Now we go to the point of the data transformation in the word journal. As an instructor, that's us, it is highly recommended that you compile a list of a summary of words for your assigned test by brainstorming your own list of notes around the types of analysis and arguments you would expect. So the types of analysis and arguments that you would expect your students to come back at you. You also, for data transformation, track common words from each reading and also analyze justifications from the students. We also want to try to categorize the responses from students so that in the end we can finally select 3 or 4 examples to share with the class. How would we adapt and extend this CAT? As an instructor, you would want to provide a list of words for students to choose from, so this allows the students to justify their choice. We also want to enable students to develop the proper assessment criteria. The class can brainstorm qualities and then characteristics for their responses. In the end, we want to challenge our students to summarize one aspect of the text of either a problem or an issue. So, examples like central problems, main conflict, theme, or a unifying metaphor in the reading. And finally, the use of a word journal to teach students conventions for writing abstracts in the discipline. And finally, we really do want to avoid using in cases where there's only one way to summarize a given text. So for example, we would not want to use a word journal as the only means of assessment. We do allow the freedom and exploration from the student of the student's own interpretation not to be forgotten. And word journals take time to adapt to and get used to for newcomers. So there may be some resistance from other students to the word journals. They might find it baffling or challenging as a type of assessment. In the end, all we want to do for our students is to make it fun. So high five them. Thank you very much.